peaceful. I wanted to say about the Huichol art was that we were introduced to Huichol art, decades ago by Huichol people that came to New York City and came to an event that we were at, and they had their beautiful, they were dressed, in their whole regalia, with the hat and everything, the men and the women, and they showed a whole history. One of the women, actually, she was a sociologist and she married into the Huichol people. She just loved them so much. She went down there to study them and ended up marrying them, and she was American, so she brought them and she was part of their tribe, but she was selling their beautiful, beautiful things to the wealthy people of New York that were spiritual, and like the Love Tribe, they have those everywhere, and everyone loves the Huichol, the art paintings. We have a very beautiful, exquisite, large Huichol yarn painting that was gifted to us by our producer, Diego Gonzalez's mother. But anyway, it's our producer here his mother gave it to us, and it's at Cosm, it's in the guest house, and it's, well, we love that work, and we also collected a couple of beautiful Huichol dolls, like the beautiful, sculpted dolls that, they have the beads all over them. One was the peyote doll, and the other one was the scorpion doll, because our daughter was a Scorpio, so we got the scorpion and the peyote doll on our altar. So we have that kind of relationship, and we have other Huichol yarn paintings in our home.
Well, I think that as one of the few surviving psychedelic cultures, and that's been assaulted over the years, thank God there's some sense of wanting to maintain the integrity of the visionary worlds that have been defined, and that I think that the artwork is evolving and is becoming even better and more complex, and that the artists are making extraordinary developments in their own culture. So I think that's an important development. And of course, Mexico is so rich with the many native traditions that were the origins of psychedelics. Of course, we all acknowledge Maria Sabina and the great sacrifices she went through to introduce the world to the psilocybin. We're forever grateful for this saint of a woman. Now, well, I think that the key to peace is finding inner peace, and this is what I think is meant by the jihad. The jihad is something that's not waged in the outer world. The holy war is within our hearts and within our own minds. And we have to ask ourselves, what would love do? And when we're guided by those principles, maybe we won't react as quickly in violence. But this is part of our training from our earliest time, and sometimes we only learn it when we lose deeply, and we lose people deeply, and it changes us, and we stare death in the face, and then we see we don't have long, and this is why initiation in various phases was always really important in a culture and in a tribe. When can a boy become a man? Now, the initiation rituals become like gang violence. That's when a boy can become a man. This is, but see, the initiation is what is needed. This is still an initiation. The culture has to come up with better initiations. And sacraments, I suggest in the future, should be part of that, done in a sacred setting that helps to awaken people's sacred sense of the world. And this is what the gift that these indigenous cultures throughout the world carry, is the sacredness of our planet. Industrial culture has had the world for only a few hundred years, and we brought it to the brink of eco-destruction. So we have to learn to listen to the indigenous wisdom of the still remaining elders, and begin to not think that we know it all. You know, learn from nature, study the fungus. They've been here longest.